Our top story this hour, Americans across the country will be watching closely tonight as U.S. President Barack Obama makes his first official State of the Union address. Both chambers of Congress, the President's cabinet, and justices of the Supreme Court will be gathered. Everyone will be watching closely, but what will they really be looking for, and what impact will the speech have? Well, joining us for a behind-the-scenes look is RT producer Lucy Kavanagh. Lucy, thanks so much for being here. So first of all, I know you've covered several of these State of the Unions before. Tell me, what is it like actually being there? What's happening that we don't see on TV?
Well, you know, in recent years, it's really sort of turned into this political sideshow circus where the State of the Union is as much about what the president himself has to say as it is about how the officials in the room are reacting to it. You have strange occurrences like Congressman Eliot Engel. He's a liberal Democrat from New York, and he's known for showing up in the chamber hours and hours and hours before the State of the Union every year just so he can get a good seat, shake hands with the president, and get himself on television. He's been doing this since 1988, and we heard that last year apparently he showed up at 8 a.m. so he can beat the crowd for Obama. But what you have to remember with this thing is you know, you have all of these journalists. They're gathered in the small balcony right above where the president is standing. We know what the president's going to say in advance. You know, we can't actually see his physical delivery, but we can see the faces of the top movers and shakers in Washington. And so what does a smart reporter that wants to beat the crowd do? You know, you cover things other than the president's speech. So you're looking at people's body language, you know, who's sitting down while the rest of the lawmakers are applauding, who's cheering, who's jeering, and things of that sort.
And so, you know, you mentioned the fact that oftentimes the speech is publicized well in advance. It's on the internet. It's on, you know, the blogs, everything like that. So, I mean, what's the point? And can people other than President Obama manipulate all this attention?
Well, they certainly do, and, you know, they've succeeded in some cases. Last year when the president spoke to both sessions of Congress, a little-known lawmaker named Joe Wilson got up and shouted, "You lie," at the president in the middle of the speech. And that earned him a lot of notoriety, but it also won him campaign dollars. And in this present political climate where, you know, Obama is not the sort of untouchable messiah that he appeared to be a year ago, the climate is really ripe for someone to score political points if they wanted to by disrupting the speech. The other opportunity the lawmakers have is this rush that happens after the president walks out of the room. Everyone sort of gathers up, gets together in this place called Statuary Hall, where you have a horde of reporters and cameras lined up there, and you literally have lawmakers waiting in single file line in front of the big networks to, you know, get their 30 seconds of airtime and spin the speech the way they want to. And I think the thing to watch this year is going to be, where are the Democrats going to be on Obama? Are they going to rally behind him, or, given the political climate, are they going to distance themselves?
And so, you know, you've lived here in Washington, D.C. for a while. It seems like the State of the Union would be all the rage here. Is everyone watching right now, or is this all kind of just a big joke?
I think people in Washington take it a lot more seriously than the rest of the country, and, you know, Obama has tried to change that. They've released an iPhone application that lets people watch it live streaming on their cell phones. But I think those of us in Washington who aren't working, and there aren't that many of us, unfortunately, will be gathered in bars and friends' apartments and playing the notorious drinking games that people are known for playing in Washington. So every time you hear a hope change, take a shot, and we'll see what happens.
Well, Lucy, thank you so much for being